Three former champions make their AEW debut, and Bray Wyatt finally speaks on WWE SmackDown. But first, a top WWE star recalls meeting MJF. In September, an image would surface online of former WWE SmackDown Women's Champion Liv Morgan and AEW Casino ladder match chip holder MJF together, leaving many to wonder what the backstory was behind the photo. Morgan would post the picture to her Twitter page with the caption "Better Than You," whilst MJF posted it with the caption "Watch Me," both putting over each other's catchphrases. While speaking with Metro this week, Morgan would reveal how the two came together, with them having a chance meeting at a mutual friend's birthday party, and she would say, "Aha, so I went to my friend Skylar's birthday party and he was just there. I had never met him before that. We had great banter. We have a lot in common actually." Liv would then be asked about MJF's future in wrestling, with him continuing to tease a move to WWE in 2024 at the end of his AEW contract. She said that no matter what he does, he will be a star, with her adding, "When 2024 comes, I think only he can know or decide what is best. I think whatever he wants to do is going to be the best decision for him. Wherever he goes, I'm sure he'll be a star." As for the future of Liv Morgan, following her SmackDown Women's title loss to Ronda Rousey last weekend at Extreme Rules, she is set to appear on an episode of Season 2 of Chucky on Sci-Fi and the USA Network, with her episode airing on October 26th. But do you think Liv and Max will be reunited after the bidding war of 2024? Let me know in the comments down below. Next up, a returning AEW star has addressed their recent absence. This past Wednesday on Dynamite, Shawn Spears would make his return to AEW with his Perfect 10 NXT gimmick, reuniting with former Pinnacle teammates FTR and Wardlow, as well as Samoa Joe, turning babyface in the process. This is the first time we've seen Spears on AEW television since the May 25th edition of Dynamite, where he lost to Wardlow in a cage match, who would earn a match with MJF in the process, who was the special guest referee. His return would set up a match for last night's episode of Rampage, where Spears would team with Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood to defeat the Embassy's Brian Cage, Korn, and Toa Liona. After the show, Shawn would reveal the sad reason for his absence, noting that his mother recently passed away and he'd been going through the grieving process, and the Canadian would tell the Toronto, Ontario crowd, "So I've been gone a long time and there's been some speculation as to why. Injuries, different plans, none of that's true. I don't know if it's because I'm in Toronto, I don't know if it's because I'm home. I'm a pretty private person, but I feel like I owe you all an explanation. 2 months ago, I lost my mom." She would have been front and center like she has been at every other show if she was here tonight, but that woman is a perfect 10 in every way, shape and form. 2 blessings came out of that. Number 1, we had time to say everything we ever wanted to say, to make her feel as loved as she possibly could. Most people don't have that luxury. The second blessing was that on Mother's Day, she was the very first person to know that I was gonna be a father. So the way I see it, there's a guardian angel looking over my soon-to-be beautiful baby boy. So I've been pulled in a bunch of different directions mentally, emotionally. Spears would go on to thank the fans for giving him an unforgettable night before admitting his admiration for FTR, Wardlow and Samoa Joe, who would share the ring with him for the moment. The news of Shawn's mother's passing is very sad news, and we wish him the best going forward as he and Cassie Lee get closer to parenthood. And next, 3 former champions make their AEW debut. Next, let's go back to the episode of Rampage itself, as following the aforementioned Pinnacle versus Embassy match, a former Ring of Honor faction would make their presence known. Moments after FTR and Spears secured the win in the night, their celebrations would be interrupted by the debut of Maria Kanellis, her husband Mike Bennett, and his tag team partner Matt Taven, collectively known as The Kingdom. Kanellis would call herself the First Lady of Professional Wrestling, before claiming that her tag team were the real top guys. She would also call for a match for FTR's IWGP and Ring of Honor tag team belts that they have held in the past. FTR and Spears would then be attacked from behind by the Embassy before the Kingdom made their way to the ring to assist, holding the numbers advantage. This would lead to Wardlow and Samoa Joe coming to the rescue, causing the heels to scatter from the ring. This is Kanellis, Bennett's and Taven's AEW debut, having recently ended their run in Impact Wrestling as part of the Honor No More faction, which consisted of former ROH talent. Interestingly, the debut follows a recent report that Triple H was interested in signing Matt Taven as part of his WWE roster expansion, but it seems he's chosen to become All Elite instead. For those unfamiliar with the Kingdom, the group was founded in July 2014 by Matt Hardy and founding leader Adam Cole, before Mike Bennett and Maria Kanellis joined shortly after. Taven would then join the group later in the year, before taking over as leader in 2016, this before Adam Cole joined the Bullet Club. As the Kingdom, Bennett and Taven have won the ROH, IWGP and Impact Tag Gold, as well as the ROH 6-man tag titles. Matt Taven would even become the ROH World Champion whilst part of the group, winning the belt at the joint ROH New Japan Madison Square Garden show in April 2019. As for Maria, she is a former TNA Knockouts champion in her own right. Maria and Mike may also be familiar to those that saw their recent brief run together in WWE, although their strongest body of work took place in ROH, Impact Wrestling, and New Japan. And to finish off, Bray Wyatt finally speaks on WWE SmackDown. Last night on Friday Night SmackDown, Bray Wyatt would make his first appearance since his WWE return at Extreme Rules, with him closing the show with an exciting cliffhanger. Bray would make his way to the ring to new entrance music, once again created by Code Orange, who produced the music for The Fiend. He would then go on to address his absence from the wrestling world, introducing the crowd to the man behind the characters, and he would open up about his life over the past year, and he said, "I don't know if y'all can read this on me, but I'm incredibly grateful and I'm really nervous to be here. But I never thought any of this would happen. This right here, this is just me, okay? This is a version of me that I've never got to introduce to you guys before. This is just me being me, genuine me for the first time. I just want to share with you. The past year in my life, I lost a lot of things. I lost my career, I lost my self-confidence. I lost two people who were very close to me, and I lost my way. And I got to a point where I thought that everything that I've ever done here, otherwise, I thought it was all meaningless. Nothing I ever did has mattered to anyone, and I was wrong." He would then tell stories of fans approaching him, asking when he was coming home, fans who would tell him that he saved their life. He would then conclude by saying that his fans have now saved his. Wyatt would then be interrupted by a video on the Titantron of a man in a mask, the same mask that Bray wore upon his return at Extreme Rules before taking it off. The figure would then have some dark words for the returning star, telling him to forget the future and that life is over, and they would say, "Oh, little one, my little one, come with me. Your life is done. Forget the future, forget the past. Life is over, breathe your last. You've got no idea who you're dealing with, do ya? Oh, but you will, you will." The show would then end the moment that the message was delivered, leaving fans eager to find out what happens next. The promo actually leaves us with more questions than answers, as first, who is behind the mask? Is it Bray himself and his alter ego? Or, when Wyatt removed the same mask at Extreme Rules, was it a symbol for him moving on from his dark thoughts? And now is it somebody else taking the mask to try and tempt him back to the dark side? Not only that, but is Wyatt Six Bray himself, the sixth version of Wyatt? Or is it a faction of six like many have theorized? Who knows, but the best part of it all is we can't wait to see more. We do know that the mask was referred to as Uncle Howdy backstage in WWE, a term they recently trademarked alongside Uncle Harper, further confirmation that the names are linked to the Bray Wyatt universe. Who they are exactly is anyone's guess at this point. But what do you make of last night's Bray Wyatt cliffhanger ending to SmackDown? Let me know in the comments down below. And before you go, make sure you check out the 12 most obscure WWE appearances from AEW wrestlers.